Yummies, it's Mo, and I am here as promised to do my sushi mukbang video. This is my third attempt at filming today. I don't know what's going on my camera. You guys know I struggle with the whole technical side of all of this. I'm going to try again and hope to God that it works. So, I have sushi today that I ordered from a restaurant called Raw. It's a chain, it's national. I know it's not everywhere. I know for sure they have one in Plano, Texas, which is outside of Dallas, north of Dallas. I'm not sure where else they have them. I'm from Kansas City. We have one here. But I really like their sushi. So I've got their shrimp tempura here. These here are chicken pot stickers that I actually made here at home. I bought them frozen from like Whole Foods. And we've got your ginger wasabi here. This here is a spicy salmon roll, and I add avocado to that, and then I have them tempura the entire roll. And this here is what they call their rock and roll. It's got like some panko breaded shrimp on top, and it's got like guacamole, and I think there's crab meat in the inside, and I'm not sure what else is in there, but it's really good. And here I just have shrimp tempura sauce, which I add in a little bit of soy sauce, and then this is sriracha. And then I went to the liquor store and got this Sapporo beer. I don't know if it's Sapporo or Sapporo. I don't know how you pronounce that, but it is a Japanese beer, apparently. So we'll taste that and see how yummy that is. And then, of course, here are my multivitamins, which I told you guys I'm going to start putting those in the video to kind of promote some nutrition with that. So, as per usual, I'm starving, so I'm going to try to prep myself to get ready to start eating. I'm going to put some wasabi in my soy sauce. So this video is going to be a Q&A, as most of you probably saw. I put up like a 1-minute video last night telling you guys to leave some questions in the comments that you wanted me to answer. And I haven't looked at them in the last few hours, but when I looked at them this morning, I've got some really good questions on there. So I'm kind of excited to answer them. I thought it would be like a bunch of generic questions, but there's some really good questions on there. And we're going to pour myself some water. I always get super thirsty after I eat sushi because it's got a lot of sodium. All right. It's good. It's really light. It's light. It doesn't taste like real hoppy. I like that. Okay, guys, I'm going to take a couple bites, and then I'm going to look and see what questions I have that you guys want me to answer. The shrimp is always my favorite. It's like an appetizer at Raw. So I usually get this first and eat it while they're making my sushi. So good. And yes, I do eat the tail. Only when it's fried. That's good. So, before I look at some of the questions on here, because I know that there are those kind of generic, everyday questions that people want to know. So, my full name is Monique. Monique Marie, which happens to be French, although I'm not French. I am currently 29 years old, but I will be 30 in about 6 weeks. So my birthday is May 19th, 1987. So this May will be the big 3-0 for me. I'm excited about it, I guess. I live in Kansas City. I do not have any children, and I'm not married. So, and everybody wants to know those questions first. Those are answered. If you want to know why I don't have any children, I answer that question in my Popeyes video, so you can go check that out. Trying to get in my phone so I can look at some questions. I'm going to have another pot sticker. I'll show you guys that. It's really simple to make. You just put them in a skillet with some oil. You fry them at first, and then you kind of, I don't know what you would call that. You like simmer them in some water. I guess like poach them or something. The directions are on the back, of course, but they're really easy to make and they're really good. Okay, questions. I'm trying to just go to the video and then look at the comments. Okay. Okay. The first question that I see pop up says, can you be lesbian with me? This is from Zara Abodi 11. So flattered, Zara. And then there's some comments underneath that says, same. I am a heterosexual female, although I am very flattered that you find me attractive and want me to be a lesbian with you. The Jiggy Eli says, do you have any kids? Which somebody has already responded to him that I've answered that already in my Popeyes video. You guys want to see my shirt? Oh, that same guy also asked, can I get your number? Ziamara, I see you on here. Hi. He says, do I have a hidden talent? And what is my favorite movie? I guess the only hidden talent I would think of that comes to mind is that I play the flute. I was never any good at it. I played it all the way from, I want to say 4th grade is when I started playing, and I played until senior year. I was never that great at it. But I play the flute. And favorite movie, that's a hard one. I don't know what's going on. Why is this happening to me? Okay, camera cut off. I be struggling. I need some IT guy to come help me do this. Jesus. I don't understand. Like my first video, the seafood video, I was fine. And it seems like ever since, just been struggling. Okay, I'm gonna have a bite of sushi. You know what? I'm gonna have a sip of beer. Because if this camera messes up again, I'm just gonna like chug this whole thing. So basically, Ziamara asked hidden talents. I don't know if the camera caught that or not, but I play the flute. And as far as my favorite movie goes, that is a really hard question. I don't know. I mean, there's so many good movies in the world. I don't think I have one that I like always go to. If I named off a few off the top of my head, I like V for Vendetta. I like a movie called Lackawanna Blues. I like What else do I like? I don't know. Those are the two that comes to mind like right now. You guys know I like to dunk stuff, so I just completely drenched that in that sauce, and then I dip it in the sriracha. And of course I wasn't recording that with a good mic. Sorry again. Dana Sims asks, what's your favorite ingredients to cook with? I like pork. Like if I'm making like greens or green beans, definitely season my food with pork. I think that's a black thing. Garlic. I cook with minced garlic a lot. And I use lemon pepper seasoning a lot. I think that's how I would answer that question. I'm going to have a piece of this ginger. Annie Ruby asks me, do you think you will ever vlog? It's funny she asked that. So my channel started off as a vlog channel. When I first started YouTube, that's kind of the genre that I was wanting to go to. And it did okay. You know, I got my first 1,000 subbies from that. And if you guys want to watch those, check them out. Camera quality is shitty. But yeah, I think I will do some vlogs here and there, especially for my birthday, my 30th birthday. I do plan on vlogging that vacation. So the answer to that question would be yes, I suppose. Nikova Davies asks, do you have a favorite holiday memory or somewhere you would like to travel to? I can't think of a favorite holiday memory right now. If I think of one while filming, I'll get back to that question. But I've always wanted to go to Australia. I want to go to Australia so bad. It just seems so pretty down there. And I'm like really fascinated with their Aboriginal people. So I kind of wanted to go down there and kind of experience their lives and their cultures, but just Australia as a whole country, continent, just it's always been appealing to me. I'm trying to find some kind of simpler questions. Oh, here's a good one. Kalia Leandro says, did you ever think just that shit again. This is some bullshit. I just do not understand why this is doing this. Hey guys, I really didn't want this. Nobody wants that. I didn't plan my mood right now. I'm so incredibly irritable. Like, I'm so irritated. So like basically, as you guys can see with all of my videos, like I really put a lot of work, a lot of thought and effort into making them look nice as far as my physical appearance, like my background. I put a lot of work into this, and like when shit just doesn't work out, it's kind of frustrating. It's very frustrating. It's very annoying. I mean, even money, like the sushi that I have today, you know, it was like almost $40, and this is my actual second attempt at filming a sushi video. The first one was also a fail, and I don't know. Basically, there's something going on my SD card. Like, I was using the same one that I always use. It's a high performance HD card that apparently has like 7 hours worth of filming on it. I think it's like 64 gigabytes. And it's always worked just fine. But for some reason, like, it's not working on the camera. And there's nothing on the card. Like, I've deleted everything that was on there. It's clear. There's nothing on there. But for some reason, the camera would not record with that SD card. So then I tried one of my older ones. And it worked, but only for like 4 minutes. And then it started shutting off. So I didn't know what to do. And I just now I left all of this, drove to Walmart, got a brand new one. Because I'm like, what if I just have a brand new one? Like, maybe mine are somehow corrupted or fucked up. And so I went to Walmart and I got a brand new one, which was like another $40. And I mean, so far it's working. We'll see if it cuts off in 4 minutes again. And so because of all of that, I'm so irritated right now. And I wanted to be all happy and peppy and in a good mood for you guys. Like, I really had like real high intentions for this sushi video. It just does not seem like it's in the cards. So I'm going to eat a little bit just to kind of woo-saw myself. I love food. It makes me happy. Like I said, I'm hungry, so I'm wondering if I just eat a little bit, if I'll kind of like level out again. So for all my ASMR people, you'll love the next however many minutes. And then, I don't know, maybe I'll get to some more questions in a little bit. I know you guys probably want to see me. This is kind of in the way. Ouch, hope that didn't hurt your ears. See me eat one of these rockin' sushis. It's going to be hard for me to try to show you guys this because it's kind of squishy. Here, I'll use my hands so that I can maybe turn it over. So you see it's got like a little shrimp on it. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's a really big bite of sushi. Yeah, it looks like there's crab and cream cheese inside of the roll. And it's got the guacamole on top. And it comes with some type of like white creamy sauce. Wonder what the alcohol content level is on this beer. I don't see it. Mm. Looks like the sun's trying to come out. It's been raining in Kansas City for like a week and a half. I'm over it. It's just been gloomy and rainy and wet. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna finish off this last pot sticker. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. So I'm starting to feel better already. Maybe I'll get back to some more questions. And it sucks because I think the camera cut off while I was excited about the question of how did I feel about my seafood video hitting over 1 million. Crazy. Like, I don't know. Like, it blows my mind. It's crazy. And so I'm super geeked about it. I'm super excited. Like, was not expecting that, like, at all. And to prove it, like, so I want to say maybe 2 weeks into posting the video, it was doing pretty decent. I mean, I don't remember where it was at. It probably had, like, I don't know, 13,000 or something. I don't know. Something kind of small, but still really good for 2 weeks in my first mukbang. I remember having lunch with a friend, and I was explaining to him the whole concept of mukbangs and how it's like, oh, I did one and it's doing really good. And he and I made a bet. So I told him, I think this video is going to hit 100,000 views. And he's like, yeah, I think it will too. And I said, I think it's going to get 100,000 views by the beginning of May. May 3rd to be specific. I don't know why the 3rd was in there, but that's just what I had wrote down, like 100,000 views by May 3rd. And that was my wager that it would take up until that point before I hit 100K. So to me, it was no doubt in my mind that I wouldn't hit 100K, but I also thought it would take me 5 months to do it. And that maybe it would kind of get stagnant after that. And he's like, no, I think you're going to hit 100K before that date. And I was like, all right, like, how much you want to bet? And so we actually made a bet on it. And that just lets you know, like, what my expectations were, like, what I thought was going to happen with that video. And now it's 3 months in, and it's got, like, 1 million, was it like 1,100,000, I think. Like, I think it's at like 96,000 over 1 million, something like that. It's insane. So I'm excited. I'm flattered. It was unexpected, but I think it's great. And I thank you guys for watching it and supporting it and I guess sharing it. I know I've had several people tell me that they actually fall asleep to it, and I think that's kind of why it gets so many views, because people are using it as like a lullaby. So if you're watching it every night to go to sleep, you know, some people told me, oh, I've watched this 20 times already. So thank you to all of you guys. I think it's awesome. I'm super excited about it. Okay, let me see if I can find another question. Okay, here's somebody that says, do you think it's hard? This is Fashion with Somer. Do you think it's hard to date a guy since you don't want any children or a child? I don't think I want any. I'm 21 and I'm still saying that. Think I'll change my mind? Or do you ever change your mind? So at 30, I feel like I'm pretty content. Now, I am not 100% like, I do not want any children. I mean, like I said, I love babies and I love the idea of having my own just so I can kind of see what it looks like and its personality and how it will change me as a person. And so there are times that I do think about it. Like, I'm not going to lie, but it's not very often by any means. It's very rare that I might think I want one. Just like you're asking me, do I change my mind or what did you say? Basically, like, I always think, like, what if I regret it? That's kind of the biggest thing I think of. And I've spent many an hours on, like, going online and, like, I'll Google, like, do you regret not having children so that I could maybe hear other women's stories that once they kind of hit that point of no return as far as bearing their own child. Because, as a woman, there's, like, a timeline on that. And so I wonder, like, okay, well, what happens if I hit 50 and then I start freaking out because all of a sudden I want a kid and then it's possibly too late? And what I've found in, like, forums with that specific question, a lot of the women say they do not regret it. Every now and then you'll see one that says, yeah, I do. But for the most part, a lot of those women still kind of hold true to their original decision of not wanting children and they don't regret it later in life. Now, do I think it's hard to date or find a man because of that? Not at all. I mean, honestly, a lot of men, if not most men, low-key don't want children. I think they just go along with it because you really don't find very many women who don't want children, and so they kind of look at it as it's just a part of life. There is really no getting out of that. Like, I guess you could say I'm kind of like a unicorn because most guys are like, you don't want kids? Like, whoa, that's awesome. I've seen men that, like, said they didn't want any, but they have some, and I was like, so then why did you have them? They're like, because my wife wanted them. And I'm like, okay, but why did you get with the wife that wanted them and you didn't really want them? And then, he'd be like, but who finds a wife that doesn't want them? And I'm like, I don't want them. And they're like, really? So I don't think it's hard at all. Like I said, I think men low-key don't want them anyway. So if anything, it's actually kind of a bonus. I will say that my first love, he actually came to me, I guess, like 3-4 years ago and asked if I would be his baby mama. He was ready to have a child. And I didn't want to. Like, I didn't want a kid. And so he went off and he found a woman that was more than willing to give him one. And I was pretty fucked up behind it. Like, yeah, I didn't regret my decision. Like I said, I didn't want children, but I don't know why it just hurt me, like the fact that he went and had a child with another woman. It took me a long time to get over it. Which I don't know why, because I didn't want him or the baby. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain that one. Here's a good one. Oh my god, my camera timed out and I thought it was gonna start acting crazy again. I was getting ready to just throw this huge fit, but we're good. We're good. I don't think I actually showed you guys this spicy salmon one. Can you see? It just got salmon, avocado, and cucumber in it. I don't even know that I finished Kalia's question. I think my camera timed out. Just in case, and I answered that question and you guys didn't actually hear it. I know it doesn't make sense to talk about it now, but Kalia Leandro says, did you think your first ever mukbang video would blow up to 1 million within 2 months? I'm really happy for you and excited for what's to come. I really like that comment and question. Thank you. I'm excited too. Lisa Nunick, I don't know how to pronounce your last name, sweetheart. She says, have you ever broke a bone? And if so, what happened? So I've never broken a bone, but I did bust my head open when I was like 3. And I don't know, there's a scar somewhere around here, like right above my eyebrow, and you usually see it when I frown, but let's see, I can usually, it's right there where my finger is, so when I move it, do you see it? I don't know. Anyways, I was 3 years old. My uncle was supposed to be babysitting me, but he went in the other room and went to sleep, and I was 3, so I kind of vaguely remember, but I remember wanting to like either turn the TV on or change the channel on the TV. And I was at my grandmother's house and she had like this big like wooden entertainment center, like just super old school, like solid wood, and it had, you know, the TV that fit inside of it. And I feel like, I don't know if I stumbled or what happened, if maybe I reached to change the channel or something, but I ended up like falling into the entertainment center and I busted my head open, like just blood everywhere. And I probably could have died. Like, my uncle was asleep, and I remember my mom, she was actually like trying to go to school at the time, and I think she like left a book or something at the house, so she had to kind of double back to get it, and just saw me there crying and bleeding. So they rushed me to the emergency room, and I remember I had to get, I want to say like 3 or 4 stitches, and damn it, I forgot to push record on this again. I know every video for like the last 4 videos, I'm like, I'm gonna get it together, I'm gonna do better. I can't. I don't know. It's so struggling. I hope you guys forgive me and just be patient. I mean, maybe if I start doing them more frequently, I'll kind of get better at it. Jesus. Okay. So I had to get stitches, and I remember like, and my mom loves telling this story, like I put up a fight. Like the nurses, you know, obviously had to hold me down so they could stitch my head up, and I mean, like I was kicking, scratching, like just punching the whole 9. Like I put up this huge fight. I remember they ended up having to like strap me down, and even then, like I started spitting. I was like, like I was just, I was like fighting to the end, like, so I actually remember that, especially like the part where they strapped me down and I started spitting, and now my fucking battery's dying. I just can't win for losing. Okay, so like I said, I try to be prepared, and I have 2 batteries for this camera, And the other one was fully charged because I knew that I would eventually have to switch them over. I just didn't think it'd be this soon because I don't feel like I've gotten anything filmed. But the whole fiasco earlier, I think, drained that first battery. At any rate, I remember also after the surgery, I guess when they stitched me up, the doctor, I guess because I did put up such a fight, he was impressed. He actually got me like a little pack of lifesavers. And it's funny how that's like the most vivid part I remember is like receiving my little like roll of lifesavers. Oh, this is a good one. Val H asks, what do your friends and family think of you doing mukbangs? And that she loves me. Love you too.